Welcome to Midday Repartee. I am Rotten Glory. Today I am joined by my co-host, Scotsman, colorist of Xenotype. How are you doing?
Very good, brother. Thank you. And might I say, I love that intro.
Oh,
I love.
thank you. Nice.
Princess
I
Bride
was,
is one of my top 10 favorite movies.
yeah, dude, it's such a classic.
It's
It's
so
one of
good.
the, you can just watch that, once a year for the rest of your life. It's one of those.
And watch it with your kids and not blush.
Yeah.
Quote it
Yeah.
multiple times a week.
Also joining us today is Mitchell. Always great to have you on the show.
Good to be here.
Good. And popping in, we got J Money.
Hey, money.
There he is.
Yo, I got some chicken nuggets on my
Damn.
on my I don't know what do you call it, Mickey Mouse plate.
I'd fuck that plate up right now, son.
Hot sauce
Yeah.
and mustard, baby.
Oh.
Get the
Fancy
share
hot
out.
right now. Okay.
I got to tell you, I'm a little bit wrecked today. I did some heavy drinking last night.
That was heavy?
I think so. Well, since I started it around noon,
Oh, okay. Okay.
kind of a slow burn, but
Ah, frog
catches
in a
up
pot.
with by the time midnight rolls around.
Yeah, you were the frog in the pot.
Yeah, I don't recall everything that went down
Mhm.
on last night's stream on Ink Spot show. I don't know. I'm sure I
Probably
did some
good.
terrible things.
Probably good.
I don't know. Yeah, and I can't bring myself to watch those the day after. I just can't do it.
It's like Cecil, man. It's like Cecil. Too embarrassed.
Yeah, I gotta. It's fun. I
Watch
really,
all like this, Ron. You just go. Oh,
I really don't care. I don't care if I do things that are embarrassing to myself, but if I get rude or nasty with somebody and I take that too far, that's what would get to me, And I'm sure I do that sometimes.
Even
So,
when you're pretty drunk, you're usually pretty deferent and
Yeah.
respectful.
okay.
You just slur your speech more, and then you'll say, "I fucking hate you guys. I love you guys. God, I love you guys. Thank you for playing
Oh,
me."
man.
Well,
I-
I just took 2 shots of some spiced rum, so before my chicken nuggets were ready.
Nice.
1
Triple
o'clock
R.
Central Time, baby.
Hail to the chat. Triple R is here. Casey Izawa. El Gargoyle. Always good to have you guys here. If you can share out the show, that'd be great. I think before we kick this off, I mean, I know it's been covered by EVS quite well and probably Zach as well, but yeah. Camila Zhang, she's been let go from Kickstarter. She was part of the big, I think it was like 40% of the staff at Kickstarter, and she was included in that. She's kind of the leader of really bringing gatekeeping to the next level at Kickstarter. So that's a
Yeah.
big victory. How do you guys feel about that?
The Satanist is gone.
Well, I personally, anytime somebody who's, I don't want to drag her personally, because I don't know her as a person. I just know that what she's done to people who just want to sell their wares, who she disagrees with politically, maybe even not, just because, somebody associates with other people online that she disagrees with. You can't, we don't want to sell your stuff on our site. Thanks, bye. Thanks for the inquiry.
It's just horrible. I can't believe Kickstarter allowed that to go on. I mean, this is your entire business model, is bringing on projects that can succeed. What are you doing? I mean, it
And
makes
of
no
it?
sense.
It makes quite literally no sense.
Testify.
And that's the problem. Oh, testify. What's up, bro? And that's the problem with unionization.
no.
When you unionize.
No. Wait a
I
minute. Wait a
know.
minute.
Am I sure
no.
that I want this guy on
Wait
the show
a
right
minute.
now?
You just called me bro, J Money. We aren't bros.
Bro, I love you.
I am. I was liberated last night. Hence my new
You're
icon.
my enemy.
Okay.
Is there something between you guys? I don't know about it. I don't care to know about it. Don't give a shit about it.
I'm here to try to
We
cleanse
go- we
the
go-
stream. I'm here to
I
cleanse.
see. I
First
see.
thing you do when you stream,
I'll give
you don't
everyone.
eat on stream like an asshole. First rule.
J Money can get away with it.
No, he can't.
He brings such knowledge, such a wealth of
Does he bring all the
intellectual.
boys to the yard? He probably plays that in his head, hours and hours and hours, just
My
over and
milkshake
over and
brings all the
over.
boys to the yard.
My
You're here.
goodness.
Well, I know. I am here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I woke up this morning. I looked at my skin. I saw what color I was. I was happy, and just continued on with the day.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Already, man. Already
Testify.
just throwing this train off the rails. What am I going to do with you, Testify?
Get rid of me.
That might happen.
Put more quarters.
We'll
on
see
the
how it
rails.
goes. You know what? Deep down, I think you can contribute in a really positive way to this discussion. I really believe you can do it.
I don't.
I don't either, but okay.
Let's see what happens.
Okay.
So the topic of the day, and this was
Well,
Scotsman's idea,
Okay.
and I agree that it's something that should be talked about, and it's the live stream chat. You know, etiquette, expectations, and
You're going to
You know-
put rules on the chat?
I
Why don't you
I
let him
don't-
lay out the topic, Testify, before
Okay,
you
I'm
comment?
sorry. I'm
Just listen.
sorry.
and yes, you know,
being
I
very
guess you
white
could
today.
say rules, but you know, there really aren't. It's the Wild West, right? The chat is where it's at.
Should be.
It's where a huge part of the entertainment comes from for every live stream.
The chat is your lifeblood.
Mhm.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, so much of the comedy and engagement and ideas come directly from the chat. But it can become probably, you know, it can get out of hand. I think I've only been on a few live streams where I'd say the chat kind of ruined the overall experience. It doesn't happen that often. So what are your thoughts on this, Scotsman?
Well, saying first and foremost, I've said this before. I'm a large L libertarian. I believe in absolute free speech. I think anyone should say whatever offensive thing that they want to say, whether it's talking about how someone looks, who they are personally. I don't care. You can say whatever you want. I think that should be allowed, right? I think that the customers and fans in the chat should be able to troll the host in a silly way, right? You know, as long as they're talking about things that pertain to the host, their channel, the topic that's going on the panel, that kind of stuff. Where I feel, because I'm a mod in about 8 or 9 other channels, where I feel like the moderator, and see, this is another part of this component. What does mod mean? It means moderate, right? Mods are not just link monkeys that just spam out your links, right? They're there to help your chat move forward and keep the discussion going and remove things that stop that flow, right? The host should be able to not have to look at the chat except for to address comments and to connect with the audience, not to go, well, hold on a sec, guys. I need to ban this guy. I need to stop this thing. Well, where's that link at? Mods do that for you. That's why they're there, right? So in particular, what I think needs to be addressed is, where is the line between customers and fans expressing themselves to move the show forward and to take part in the discussion? That's all good stuff. And where someone's a chaotic element, where they're derailing everything, right? Completely derailing it. And what I would define that as is some obscure weird issue from 10 streams ago, that is a lie, complete lie. Lying about the host or people on the panel, to me, is stuff that needs to be netted and deleted, right? It needs to be gone, because you shouldn't be allowed to take over a show with crazy conspiracies and bullshit. And anybody out there in Comicsgate right now who's listening to my words know what I'm talking about. not going to say directly, but if one instance or a couple instances are allowed to propagate in literally every show that those elements take part in, then it'll propagate to other people, right? And we should just think about, how do we treat our mods? What do we empower them to do? And how can we keep the chat allowed to freely express themselves without conspiratorial bullshit that are straight out lies about people? And that's kind of the breadth of the topic that I wanted to address.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying on that. I
Never
hadn't really
wanna-
considered that component.
Never want to squelch anybody's speech, ever.
Yeah,
Shouldn't be allowed to lie about people in their chat.
right. I'm gonna have to think about that. What do you think, Mitchell?
I mean, I agree with a lot of what Scott's been saying. I feel like if you're a moderator, though, you have to, like, I'd almost want to make sure my line is drawn behind the creator's line. I don't want, it's one of those things where, like, I might think if something is bad, but if I'm fulfilling this role, like, if Rotten's line is drawn here, my line should be drawn behind his, because I don't want to cut someone off before Rotten would want to cut someone off, or any
Right.
other, channel host or whatever.
Sure.
And I think that that's also important, because what I might think is friendly might not be what Scotsman thinks is friendly, might not be what Testify thinks is friendly, or J Money thinks is friendly. So
Yeah.
you have to kind of come into things and be kind of open that you're on the internet and things are not always going to be nice.
Yeah.
And that's not what I'm not talking about being nice or not. I'm talking about lies in particular. Very
Yeah.
specific.
Scotsman actually prefers it when people are not nice, I think.
I do.
A little
No,
bit. A little
I feel
bit.
like there's a little bit of a.
I want my chat rolling. I want people running their mouths. I want
Yeah.
Testify saying all the racist shit he wants to say.
So are you
minute.
kind of drawing the line where it might,
That's your head.
where something might be trying to cause harm to somebody's actual business, like
Something
to
that'll hurt your
somebody's
channel.
ability to sell product,
Yes.
reputational, like serious stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely.
Can't not laugh at that picture.
So I mean, I can understand that if that kind of thing is being spammed in a chat, it derails everything, and I think it becomes such a distraction for the other people there that they almost aren't able to engage what's the show that's happening, because they're so kind of engrossed in the chat or fighting somebody, or and that becomes a problem for sure.
I've mentioned this issue to probably about half a dozen people, and I'd say close to 4 or 5 of them said, "Yeah, I leave chats whenever that shit's going on, because I don't, you know what I mean? I'll just leave. I'll just go watch something else, and I don't want that. I don't want that. Yeah, dicks out. Hell yeah.
It's perfectly acceptable. I guess I need to say hello to Rabbi, and I'm not going to try the last part because
Shalom! Hello, brothers! Hello! It is good day! Hello!
oh, why today? I don't know if I can handle this today.
Like,
the
how you
hangover.
built a bitch today. Yeah.
You talk about the etiquette, so I drop by. You're a good mish.
Oh no.
I see you were talking about the chat could be a real pain in the katukis.
The day Midday Repartee died.
And
people.
do not be afraid to say my name. I'm the Rabbi Manningspitz. $99 plus I keep the tip.
Oh boy. So Jay Money, do you have any thoughts on this topic?
I do.
Okay.
You would.
So the way I see it, it's all based off the individual channel and how they tell their moderators to moderate.
Mhm.
And to be quite honest, like, even though Testify and I have been messing with each other for the last, 2 or 3 months now, I don't even know what it is. It is what it is, man. We're all a certain type of emotional intelligent level, and we're all a certain type of IQ level. So our IQ level, our intelligence level, not our emotional intelligence level, will decide upon what we need to decide. But then at the same time, We need to block out all of our own emotional feelings, and we need to do what the person who owns the channel says for us to do. And it's just like I'm a mod in Vinny Art's channel, and I don't mod at all. I'm a VOD in Charlie's London channel, and I don't mod at all. And
Right.
I love the people who can come on the internet and put their face on the screen, and they can say what they want, and the mods inside of the chat do what they're told. And but then there's a line where you got impressionable. What is that word? You have mods that have an ability to add a certain type of emotional response to a scenario.
That's
Right.
not
And they need to recognize that they have that ability, and they should not damage that image. And it's just like what Brat was saying before, you know, like there's an ebb and flow, and we need to manage it correctly. And if we're all here for the people that we're mods for, like we say we are, then we'll keep our mouth shut when we need to keep our mouth shut, and we'll act responsible when we need to act responsible, and then we'll be complete idiots when it's time to act like a complete idiot. And so being able to understand that is extremely important. And I was using the word salesman yesterday. It shows our salesmanship. And so we got to be stronger individuals and not get emotionally attached to the person that we're modding for. And then as a mod, we need to not be emotional and mod from an emotional perspective. You got to be good, strong men with strong balls who can produce children. And we need to act like that.
What
Yeah.
if they're a female
Simple
mod?
as can be. If they're a female mod, then, you know,
Still gotta have the
ovaries
balls.
and the developmental
Still gotta have the
stage
balls.
drop down. So the ovaries are still the balls. And so they need to control their So especially, bro, I live in a house full of nothing but women. All the men have died. I'm the only man left. There's no grandfather. There's no fathers. So in my house, I have a
Bless you,
disabled
sir.
So the house is
woman
still
who's
full
my
of women.
mom.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I got my two daughters, and I got my wife. And so if you can manage well in a household full of 4 women, you can manage your actions and activity on the internet as a man.
Rabbi, I'm
mod
biting my
on it.
tongue really hard right now.
It is okay,
before,
child. Let them continue. Let them continue.
Thank you.
I'll drop on your thoughts next, testify. But I did want to, like, for years I went down the rabbit holes, you know, conspiracy stuff, and participated in a lot of live streams in that arena. And that's, I mean, if you want to know what real chaos, trolling, nastiness is, you know, coming from that, everything in Comicsgate seems really mild to me. Like, there's almost, like, I have wrenches at several channels, and I've never had to do, like you're saying, J Money, I've never had to do anything in terms of moderation. I just drop links and try to contribute to the chat and conversation. You know, it's from the coming from that conspiracy arena, it was just like, that was insane. Just trolls trying to destroy the entire experience all the time, relentlessly.
Yeah.
So you had to be deleting, and it was like a full-time job if you were a mod in those streams. So Comicsgate to me is just, very rarely do I see it become a problem. So
Yeah, it's very tame.
So testify, how would you like to ruin this discussion?
I'm good.
You don't have any thoughts on this?
You're not gonna want to hear my thoughts on it.
I would
Speak
love to
your
hear your thoughts,
mind,
man.
my
Well,
child.
that's why
Speak
you're
your
here.
mind.
If they're sincere, if they're genuine, I
Liam
want to hear
ain't gonna
them.
kick you out of the
It's-
channel, man. We don't got Liam here.
No, testify. You have a very unique sense of humor, and it brings a certain energy to the discussion. And I think just, you know, tapping into your actual real thoughts for a second, I'd be interested to hear, because until somebody gets your sense of humor, they're gonna want to fucking censor the shit out of you. Certain channels would, and
Right.
and that's not right, because I like you, and I think you
You
sense
told
of
me you
humor-
hated me.
That's part of the bit.
So what?
Learn
I
comedy.
hate you too.
You
but
hurt
I
my
still love you.
feelings.
We're men.
I cried
we're
last
men.
night.
Listen, Jay Money was talking about being
Excuse
a
me
man
for
on the
just
internet.
one moment. I have a circumcision to do.
So my point is,
I'll tell you. Okay,
I don't
here's
want
my-
somebody like you getting censored because they don't get your humor, right? That's one of the reasons why I brought this topic up, because there are people who are outright chaotic energy that want to hurt a channel, and there's somebody who just wants to be comedic, right?
All right.
And a lot of times those lines get blurred. And and one of the reasons, again, why I brought this topic up, I'm part of about 10 different DM groups where various people are in them, and this discussion has been talked about how do we handle these type of things, right? And the position that some people took was pretty fucking annoying personally, and the position that other people took, I think we need to kind of crash those ideas together and see where they go. Because, like I said, I come from a different realm. I come from Twitch, where literally probably 1/3 of your chat is trying to fucking get you banned. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm
So-
trying to right now.
That doesn't happen on YouTube as much, if at all. So
I'll make it really simple for you.
please do.
Moderators are there. They are the same exact as the chat. There is no hierarchy. All they are there for is if something. It's the internet. There's stupid people. No matter where you go, you're gonna find that sector of different people, and you can't control them. That's what the moderation's for. But other than that, if you know that they're upset or something, let them say it. Let it out. There's no reason to. But when it becomes basically the same thing over and over and over and over again, that is when it becomes an issue. That's why if you ever seen me when I rarely be a mod, I go, calm down a little bit, chill out. I always just said, like, calm down, just chill out things.
Yeah.
But I'm not doing it over and over and over. And I rarely have a problem with people. And this whole thing about moderation and having a wrenches mean something and all that, I'm going, it doesn't. You're the same as that person in the chat room. All you're there for is to help the person that you're on their stream or chat, video game, whatever you're playing. If you're on a voice chat with them, that is all it's there for.
Yeah.
It's not meant to hold over somebody's head and look at me, I'm up here, and I'm going, well, I've been up there, but I'm still waiting to get whatever benefit I'm supposed to get. It's the same as the guy without the wrench. So moderation means nothing, not moderation. The wrench means nothing, and some people think it actually has like there's some trophy with it. I don't get that. That's where I get mad at people.
Let me ask
I
you
get
this
that.
question.
That's kind
If
of
If the wrench doesn't mean anything, why is the channel or the host empowered that person to act in their stead?
The wrench means everything, and to assume that it doesn't shows us a certain type of characteristic flaw. And again, the emotion is outweighing the importance. So you got to think about it. So if you're a moderator for Ethan, and Ethan has made $2 million in 2 years, and you're in that chat, and then you go on other chats and you say really dumb things, the people who know Ethan's channel and know Ethan's chat, bro, the wrench means a lot. The wrench means a whole hell of a lot. And
it doesn't mean you're better than anybody else.
Yeah,
that's what I get. That's what I was getting at. I'm like, doesn't make you better than anything. And I'm going, you guys have all thrown out these wrenches and stuff you have. I'm going, I'm a wrench on EVS's channel, but who cares?
Yeah,
it's no big deal.
It is.
Yeah,
just
to me,
do what I have to do when I need to. That's it.
To me, I think I view it as I just view it as a way to contribute to.
That's all I'm doing. I'm contributing.
Yeah,
just contributing to other creators, helping them out. This whole thing is about helping each other, giving each other a hand up when we can. Mm-hmm. So I feel like when if I have a wrench on a channel and I'm able to be there on occasion, I do what I can to help out, and it's a give and take.
Yeah.
No, I
because
do, but I see the thing now. There's a lot of people, they get that wrench and they think it's when I say it means something, yeah, it means something. but it doesn't make you any better than the person you're in the chat with. That's the thing. I'm going, you're there for the creator. They gave it to you. You're there to help them.
Yeah.
There's no rule book. You don't get anything unless whatever they dictate to you they want done, do it for them if that's what they want.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, it doesn't
There's no
make
more
you
to it than
better.
that.
It means you have a responsibility. It doesn't
That's
make
it, but
you
there's
better.
some that think that wrench makes you better. There's
One
Yeah,
people
I
that
minute
get
think
what
it's
you
it's
mean.
all
hard.
I get what you
friendship,
mean.
and next it's train rides to camps.
Yes.
Well, I mean, we'll bring up
Not
Jabba the
I know.
Hutt for a second. I don't want to cut off the Jew over there. Go ahead. I'm
Whoa,
sorry, Rabbi.
whoa! Look at the big, strong American over here.
Excuse me. I'm Norman.
How's your
Norman.
mother doing?
So J Money, you were saying regarding Jabba the Cuck. I know that this example, and it's a great one. Go ahead.
So what I was going to say is, there with what is that stupid Spider-Man line with great responsibility.
Great power
Comes great. So that, bro, you are a voice, and no one may know your face as an example, but your avatar and your voice carry more weight than you think when you're
I am a rabbi of my community. To be fair,
under a business that has made over $2 million. And so responsibility.
Do you think a dollar amount makes it any different to me?
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. So
Why?
because you're messing with big business. So I don't know what your
It's
job
not big
is.
business. They're the same exact person that's getting
Absolutely
$1,000 for their campaign. It's just they don't have a following yet. There's no
Absolutely not.
difference.
So if you have a wrench who's under an industry that's only made $10,000 or $20,000 for their sole proprietorship or their entrepreneurial business that they have registered as a LLC, and then you have someone who's made over $2 million and has to protect that image that they've made, there is a huge, vast difference. And because think about it from this way, one person can cost someone over $10,000. Now, statistically, can you bring that up and put it on paper? No. But in the reality of the fact
No,
is,
you could actually.
well, yeah, okay, fine. So I'm just trying to play the devil's advocate for a second. So you got Well-Read User as an example, and Well-Read User
He's
refunded.
a fucking idiot.
Yeah, Well-Read User refunded Cecil's book, and then he made it public that he refunded Cecil's book. And then now, for the last 4 or 5 weeks, the only thing that held CG Caligula says and a couple other dudes is the fact that Well-Read User, who was a moderator on Ethan's channel and other channels, and then he got his wrench removed from Cecil's channel. Bro, you're messing with big business. And when you start messing with people's money as a moderator, that has a more of an impact than you think. And it's just like, so say for example, if you're working at a fast food restaurant or you're working at a Home Depot, it becomes to that one person tells 3 people tell 9 people, 9 people tell 18 people, and it goes on and on and on. The same principle applies. And to assume that it does not apply is very disingenuous. So when you had what has been going on with War Campaign and I don't want to say Comicscape, but with Cecil and John as an example, Pan's unbelievable behavior, even though I love Pan and his Ninja Turtle underwear.
It's unbelievable behavior.
what the fuck did Pan do?
What do you mean? What do you do? So
Why?
now,
You
War
came out of you.
Campaign on D Live can't get over 200 viewers when they do their Thursday show, whereas beforehand they were getting at least 200 to 500 or 600 or 700 people live stream. So to assume that the voices that
we
are
weren't.
No, we
moderators,
weren't. What are you talking about?
There has only ever been about 350 max on D Live.
you're being disingenuous.
No, I'm
And so
not.
the
I'm there
only
every
way-
stream,
the only
brother.
way that,
There every stream.
War
Sorry.
Campaign gets viewers that supersede 200 is when they have Marina or they have Rob or they have certain individuals that they play on to. I'll be honest with you. I haven't watched a War Campaign live stream since this all started. I'll watch it after the fact.
What started?
I'll click into it. So moderators play a
No. I'm not going to let it go. What started?
What started what?
What started? Well, you just said something started.
Well,
What started?
are you pretending that there wasn't a big like meme surge regarding
What started what, bro?
Malin and Cecil? I mean, obviously that
Yeah,
happened.
well, Pan never made any of those memes.
Yeah, that's
So,
the thing.
so if we want to speak reality to facts here, John is an individual, especially if you've been around for a while. John is an individual that as soon as you bring up backdoor conversations or DM conversations and you bring them to public while John is not there, John will flip the fuck out. It's as simple as that. And so Rob
Why are you speaking for John?
So Rob decided to go on Liam's live stream and started talking about private conversations that John was having with Rob. And John was in the chat
And Pan asked him to come on there with him, and he would not come on there. Where are you missing that part?
Being a person who has made over $500,000.
$500,000. That is so much money
over the last 3 years.
Wow.
You see,
It's
so this is
fucking
testify, guys.
amazing.
This is testify.
Yeah, no,
So
I'm
he's
watching.
made over
We all see what's
$500,000.
happening.
And then you have a certain type of drama, and then so
What drama? No. What drama?
When Ro comes on
What
to
drama?
the screen and
No,
starts
go back. Let's go back.
Rob,
What drama?
I've dealt with so many.
This isn't the
drama?
beacon of orange. You know.
No,
this
wait,
isn't-
hold on, Rod. With all due respect, just let me have my second with this.
And starts to be.
You notice the person that
voice
keeps
for
talking
Rob.
so much. It
John
has
will
all
protect
these
his
figures,
character
but he
and his
can't
image.
answer why he's talking for John. Why
Because
are you
you're not-
talking for John?
Bro, you're trying to distract. I ignore that.
What am I trying to
So
distract
when-
from? Other than asking you the one question, why are you talking for John?
Keep trying to
Simple as that.
distract my conversation. I'm
That's
trying
not
to
a
prove
distraction.
A point, and
I'm asking you
and
one
you're-
question.
Think about it, bro. You're an adult.
Why
You are
are
trying
you
to take
talking
what I am
for
saying and then you're
John?
trying to go on a certain direction.
Jay Money,
And then
you
so when
don't.
Ro comes on,
you
All
should
the
right.
not
scene,
So
be
this is
talking for
this
John.
is new.
and then he tries to explain to another grown man who's made a couple $100,000 in the last 3 years.
How many $100,000 have you made?
John will, again, because he's a grown man, he's trying to protect his business. He will say what he feels he needs to
Well,
say.
he's a grown man that can
And then-
protect his
No,
business,
he's
but
just
you
pumping
talk.
it off the
about
energy
the
because Anna tried to pin this all on her fucking dead sister. That's what this shit starts over. That's
absolutely.
exactly what was
but
going
that's-
on.
so that-
John was
but that's
trying
a
to
whole
be a
nother-
big man.
I'm going to be
Stick up
good now.
for his digital lady. That's what was going
I'm
on.
not
He
even
came
talking
in and he
about
came
that, though.
in that conversation using that energy. That's why he came in there with all the FUs flying off the handle.
Hey, Jay Money, did you hear when I talked to Anna on Liam's stream?
And then so when you, bro, guys.
No,
Bro, I'm
did
almost
you
40
hear
years old.
when
Like,
I talked to Anna on Liam's stream? I just asked you another single question.
Who cares? You're trying to distract from what I was trying to say, and then you
Distract
try to talk
what?
over me. Bro, stop pretending like I'm not here listening to you and your ramblings.
Because
So
you're
you
talking
have-
and you're not thinking. Did you listen to when I
Oh,
talked
no,
to Anna?
I mean, get out of here with that nonsense. Your job.
Get out of
is
here with
to-
that nonsense. I just asked you, did you hear when I talked to Anna
I'm
specifically
not
to her?
listening to you, bro. I'm trying to sit here and explain a scenario that is clear for everyone to see.
But
and
you're
you
missing
keep
all
going-
the facts in between everything.
the facts. The
Yeah.
facts.
Did
And
you
then,
listen to when
so-
I spoke to Anna?
And so when
I'm not.
John
Hold on a
decided
sec. Hold
to
on.
cuss out
What is
Rob,
this?
When John decided to cuss out Rob,
Right, I'm trying to
Local
show you.
on the
He's
screen.
just talking. He's just blabbing.
And then-
He's not putting all the stuff.
Well,
That's actually
maybe
happening
if you
in the
if you
context.
stopped interrupting him so he could finish what he's trying to say,
Okay.
then we could
It
move
is
to
all
the
you.
next
It is all you, sir.
to the next thing.
Testify. Have you ever dealt with millionaires in your life? For real. For real. So this is
Sure.
money, man. This is money. This is money.
If you
Have you
know
ever dealt
money,
with
you wouldn't be
millionaires,
talking the way you are right now, son.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, sure. And so when John decided to cuss out Ro, the scenario changed. And you have a set of individuals who absolutely love Ro from a consumer perspective. This is what we were just talking about the other day. And then you have a certain subset of groups that will attach to whatever they're trying to attach to, be it War Campaign or Comicsgate. It makes no difference.
Comicsgate
And so-
is War Campaign. War Campaign is Comicsgate. What are you talking
Bro,
about?
it's not. It's not. So it's not. It's really not. They're two
Okay.
different
So
fair
I'm
enough.
not Comicsgate because I'm work campaign.
No, it's not at all what I was
Because I'm a
saying.
customer.
No,
I'm a
he's
customer,
decided,
brother.
Rabbi. He's decided. We are not Comicsgate now.
Well,
That's not
he's
what that's not what
he's
saying.
That's
he's
not what I said.
completely
You guys are so
if
disingenuous. I mean, see, I say you guys. I don't know, Rabbi. Testify. You are very disingenuous.
Disingenuous.
You hear the words that I'm saying. They're in the English dictionary. We learn them when we grow up, and then you try to spin. You're a spin doctor.
Spin doctor.
Bro, I would have fired you.
I don't think
the first
Testify would
day
disagree
on
with
the job.
that. Would you disagree with the fact that you're a spin doctor? I mean,
I would say I can reverse things, but like what I'm
Yeah.
going at right now is this one fact. Did you listen to when I talked to Anna on Liam's stream?
About so I was trying to talk about something, and you got emotionally distracted.
Do you see that spin right there, Rod? I just asked him one question and he's not answering it.
Bro, I can tell as a professional that you have
Are
never
you a
dealt with
professional
anyone
then?
who has made a lot of money, and you are
You're a
very
professional?
disingenuous, and it's quite embarrassing because people can see it. You do know you are on the internet, correct? Like,
No,
verbally,
I don't know that.
you can
No, I
hear-
don't.
People can hear what you're saying and
This
how
is like
disingenuous
man.
it is.
I don't know.
So-
What's the
So
internet?
this is Testify, everybody. This is Testify.
This is
And
Testify.
so
yeah.
Make it-
See, well, okay. I'm gonna interrupt everybody for a second, and this isn't about like me trying to choose a side or some kind of winner in this. I don't. This isn't. That's not the point. The point is that this show is about having kind of level-headed, calm discussions about topics that we feel are relevant and important to Comicsgate, and this isn't productive. What's happening right now? It doesn't feel like a productive conversation. So now, this seems like a byproduct of Testify being on the show because it's never happened before. Now, I'm not saying that you're wrong I'm not saying anything you're saying is wrong, Testify. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying a byproduct of you being here is that the show is no longer what it sets out to be.
What do you want it to be?
I want it to be a nice, calm, level-headed
It is
discussion
nothing but a nice, calm, level-headed show now.
one person can finish what they're saying without somebody like trying to inject something else that's not necessarily even on topic with what they're saying, because you want this one point to be made that you want to be made, and I don't even know if it's relevant to the discussion we're trying to have today.
And I would tell you right now, if you would go to that one point, you would see the entire scenario.
So it's relevant to what goes on in the chat in the live stream.
It's the chat issues, things like that.
Okay.
The whole thing with Anna and all that, it was over on that Monday after Liam's stream. People like others around, they want to keep it going, or they didn't hear all the stuff that had happened. They weren't in all the other streams. They weren't there. Where I'm just trying to go, if you would have listened to what happened on that Thursday night show when Anna launched her cover, and then what happened by Monday when on Liam's show, a lot of stuff happened.
Yep, sure did.
It was over on
It
Monday.
felt resolved. I mean, it felt pretty resolved to me. I caught most of that show, and it felt like it didn't need nothing else needed to be done.
And what
with
happened
it.
after that, though?
There's no way that everybody's just going to flip that switch off, though. I mean, it's the internet. People do what they do.
Exactly. And there's a lot of people that never heard that show or saw that show.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
There is a method behind my madness. I'm not just being a jerk.
I don't doubt that. I really don't.
And I'm going, this whole thing is stupid. It's been stupid. That's why we're all just going, what is wrong with you guys? This is stupid. I go, this would have been funny last week. This would have been funny before all this crap happened.
Right.
There'd be no issues going on right now.
Yeah.
But certain things have happened for whatever reason, who knows? And it just this snowball continues, and it's just like where I'm going, whatever. I'm done with it. I'm just gonna have fun with people, and I'm not
Yeah.
putting my 2 cents in any more than another thing anymore.
Well, and I think I've really enjoyed engaging with you on the other shows that we've done, like comedy shows that are about, the pure chaos and just pushing it as far as we possibly can. And, you know, I, I've had a great time hanging out with you, but for this show, now it's calmed down and we're having a nice back and forth discussion. And, I think you can do that, but maybe you don't want to do that because for you, there isn't value in it because it's not going to go anywhere. You'd rather just have fun poking at people.
I don't just poke at people for fun.
Well, I get that like you said, there's a method to your madness.
There is.
I get that.
And I wouldn't be here right now if I didn't want to be here.
Testify.
Right.
Do you
Well,
like cancer tape?
Fucking sick, dude. Jesus Christ. Like, bro. You nonsense, man. You speak total nonsense. You're extremely disingenuous, and I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt by not even going off the rails, bro. You have no idea. You have no idea.
So what's next? Where do we go from here? What are we?
Well, so the thing is, so you have a civil discourse channel, and people say what they say,
Right.
and then like you had just explained, so this is the triggering. If you say a certain set of words in a certain manner, people who have an emotional attachment to whatever it is that you're saying will interrupt you, and that's what it is. And to ignore it or to be blind to it is foolish. And these dudes.
I think not to interrupt. I think one of the things that Testify was trying to get at is whenever you're laying out a long point, not you particular, but some people, whenever they're trying to get their thought across, they'll touch on micro issues that kind of make up the big idea that you're trying to convey. And so he seizes on one point because it's like, well, that's a bigger issue that you're kind of bracketing between your entire thought, right? And so I know that the perspective of a lot of guys that are looking at this situation and they're memeing about it and they're taking part in it, they see all the little pieces and the little instances that go along with that big idea where we are, the big situation, and those things aren't addressed. They're kind of just lost in the shuffle. Like a stream here where people talked about this, some people resolved this thing over there, but yet all the people taking part in this, I don't even call it a battle, but this disagreement that's going on amongst the various fandoms within the broad Comicsgate, those things, we can't seem to resolve those micro issues because we got this big idea where everybody's fighting. You know what I'm saying? Some people are more invested in one topic and in another topic, and we can't break those things apart because they're part of the big picture. So the frustration happens when we're laying out a big idea and we got all these issues we're coming across and we can't separate
Focus
them.
on the main issue.
What's
That's
the
my
main
thing.
issue? What would
Right.
you like the main issue to be, girlfriend? You see what I'm saying?
Calm
Like,
down, Wolf Milk.
so, I mean, do you
Calm
see my
down,
facial
brother.
reaction? This is very simple. An individual speaks, and then it goes to the next. And it may have been long-winded, as Mitchell has said, but still, your interruptions detract from the conversation that was being had. And to ignore that is foolish. And that's your job. You do the same thing on Liam's channel. You got very moved by when you were getting removed from the channel when you were trying to be on the channel with Ro and Pan, and you didn't even let me finish what I was trying to say because you want to continuously interrupt as the conversation, or excuse me, as what I was saying was going on. And bro, I mean, it's extremely real with you. Like, you are messing with people who make a lot of money. And not me specifically, but your actions and your attitude messes with a lot of people that make money. And you will interrupt over and over again to try to insert your point while someone is going on with a thought. So it's like watching Dan Fraga trying to speak, and his little 8 or 9-year-old daughter keeps interrupting him. Like you're that guy who just you don't know how to control your emotions. You get triggered off of what certain individuals say, and you feel that you are the higher authority in the matter, and that you can just interject your silly thoughts while completely ignoring what Scotsman just said or what I just said. And then you're the type of person who will giggle at it afterwards. So let me grab a book real quick for you.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Hey, you didn't know you'd be in class today, did you?
This is right here. This is called Disarming a Narcissist.
Oh shit, this is great.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. You're self-absorbed and can leave them without a true and intimate connection to others. One that offers a feeling of being understood and being held safely and lovingly in the mild heart of another person. Such connections allow the experience the difference between the love and self-love of others, learning how to balance self-directed attention.
You got those pages marked? Are those pages
bro,
marked off?
So I used to teach leadership.
Do you read that like usually or something? You got those pages marked.
You're a giggly type of dude, bro. You're pretty funny.
Yeah, I'm a comedian, brother. That's the point. I'm not a creator.
He's a pretty damn funny.
Excuse me, that was
comedian.
Rabbi. Okay, yeah, Mr. Rabbi.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, sure.
Surviving
If that's what you think, brother. If that's what you think. Okay,
Is this
cool.
this where you saw this going, Scotsman?
Not at all. Not at all. No,
I don't think anybody could have.
I don't think anybody thought it was going this way until fucking Simpy over here wanted to make a fucking anti-war campaign. Attack really is what just happened. I mean,
not what
he
happened.
was testify, came in here.
I didn't.
You could see Muscle Boy's look on his face. He gets that lip popping thing. He's touching his face all the time like he's agitated.
Yeah. See, I don't care. I didn't realize. I think now I kind of remember that you guys have had a thing, but I don't. To be honest, I just don't care about that shit, and I just assume that most of the time, 99% of it is mostly just goof, and that.
But here's why this is valuable.
We're grown up people, and I think we can just.
This
it
is
shouldn't
what
be a
goes
big
on
deal.
in the chats that I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, it
This is what
shouldn't
goes on
be
in
a
the
big
chats.
deal to me.
But this is the type of discussion that shouldn't be moderated. This is a perfect example of two guys who disagree with each other, who are talking about stuff in the chat, has to do with the channel. This is the chat come to life in front of us. And so the point I would make is this is something that I would not moderate. I would not moderate this, right? Because these are two guys who are disagreeing, and that's fine, and they should be able to do that. What I would
touch your face for me, baby. Rub it. Rub it. Stroke.
If either testifier or J Money said that Rotten Glory beats his wife, I would net that comment, because that could hurt your book that you're coming out with, right? That could hurt that. So discussions and disagreements between individual members of the chat should be allowed to flow unfettered, unless we start, again, like I said, doing something to harm the channel. And I think that there should be an understanding between those things. Mm-hmm. I personally love the comments that War Campaign makes all the time, because call me, like I said, call me a big fat stupid ginger. I love it. Make a meme of me getting eaten by a shark. Hail Ducitu. You know what I'm saying? Make me Rob Roy wearing a kilt and my Superman cap.
Hell yeah, dude. Those are going right in your portfolio, man. I know it.
Fuck yeah, I'm going to print that shit out and put it on my wall. I love it.
Right.
The lifeblood of the chat is how fast it moves and all the individual people taking part in that conversation.
Yeah.
Like I said, I just want to make sure nobody's allowed to make up stories and lie about somebody. I think some people are like, nah, let everything go. Yes, but no.
Yeah.
At the same time, I want people to be able to have spirited debates. People yeah and yeah till they're can't type it anymore. Make fun of literally anything and everything, but just keep it honest. Keep it honest.
Right.
Right?
I do have to say, I mean, I appreciate the, if I understand it correctly, the idea behind Black Dragon, and like
Yeah.
nobody's above reproach. Nobody is like so high up on the tier or the scale that they can't be held accountable for some really shit behavior. You know, I appreciate that. You know, and
Yeah.
that's the kind of thing War Campaign has the cojones to pull off. Like, they can actually do that. And a lot of people, I'm sure that a lot of creators and YouTube channels, and they don't talk about certain things or people because they're afraid of a repercussion, right?
Malin molests Ewoks.
So, you know, I appreciate
Totally
what
not
you
ad
guys
hominem.
do.
That is a joke. So that should stand. It
I mean,
should-
do I understand the Black Dragon thing correctly, guys?
No, you got it, brother. You got it.
Is that?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure I don't. I'm sure it's more layered and nuanced than that. But in its simplest form, as I understand it, it's just holding everyone accountable, but to the same standards, no matter what level they're at.
Well,
Right.
and yeah, and I think just from somebody who loves War Campaign, hangs out with War Campaign, doesn't put a War Campaign tag, but I'm about as close as you can get. You know, it's so misunderstood and so lied about, and you know, one person makes a comment, now all of a sudden all of War Campaign is doing, you know, is speaking for that comment or held accountable for that comment.
Right.
Those are things that are just absolutely wrong and incorrect. And the whole Black Dragon thing, you know, people think that War Campaign is just like this diehard EVS cult. It's not. It's a bunch of dudes on a pirate ship making their own way who associate with one another. They want to have fun, be part of the fandom.
My droid friend would like a minute, if you don't mind.
Please.
Go ahead, annoying lesbian robot, go.
Is it okay to talk now?
Yes, robot, go. Hurry.
Nobody
Okay.
said you couldn't talk.
Yeah.
No, I was told I was talking over everybody. So
Bleep, bloop, bleep, hurry up.
Come on, dude.
I don't want to talk over anybody. I just want to make sure.
No,
it's
hold
okay.
on. Let me wipe away this tear for a second.
Okay. Well, here's away.
What you got, man? What you got?
I look at it this way. Somebody's concerned about money. Only one person here's talked about money.
Do not count
Everyone
other people's
in Comicsgate who is a creator is concerned about money.
So big,
Exactly.
man. So big.
And the
Well,
people
sorry,
that he is talking about,
money. Do not worry about other people's money. It will do you no good to count it. Count your own.
can I go on now?
It is okay. You may shake your head if you want, Skeeter, but the rabbi knows the truth. Count your own money. Not
Here's
Don't
the
count my
thing.
money, but help me raise 95,000. Don't count my money, but help me get to 100,000. Don't count my money, but I got a stretch goal at
I
120,000.
don't have a campaign. I don't know what you're talking
Stop the
about.
nonsense.
I am only the customer.
Stop the
Guys,
nonsense.
Let's now testify. Please continue.
If I was costing any of them money, I wouldn't be on their channel. I wouldn't be a mod on their channel. I wouldn't be there. So what the fuck are you talking about?
Is that directed at J Money?
Yes.
Okay.
So I can finish
I
my
was
story.
assuming.
So when
I don't know.
when-
We got.
We don't have that much time.
Yeah.
1 minute. 1 minute.
You talk
And so
too much.
when John decides to cuss out Ro, Pan protects. Protection of the group is more important than the individual. And then you got John, who's the individual, and you got people who will protect under there. And then you will have
Why is
internet
it protecting War Campaign? Why do you avoid vestige? Why do you
I
avoid
thought
the fact that
Vestige
we have a boo?
clashes. I'm a bitch.
That does, I never insulted you. Why you insult the rabbi?
And I'm getting an extra sticker from Ro. So let's get it.
That is fantastic customer service.
I can't wait for my
Hell,
vestige.
Roantos.
God damn it.
Those okay,
Yeah, I don't.
Peter.
Do you
are
do you
good
think
man.
there's like some marching order that we were given to go against people?
What do you mean marching? There's
What do
marching.
you mean?
Helicopters, Yamaka, engage.
All right, my Jewish friend, just hold on one second. I'm just. Do you think there's some thing that we were told we're supposed to do, or there's some initiative we're doing against people?
Me and my friend Testify are here to have the fun. If you wish, I could summon the Roro for you.
Yeah, fun is. That's really what at the core, Comicsgate is about having
That's all
fun.
it's about. It's supposed to be fun.
But
This kind of shit that's happening right here, this isn't fun. And now I'm just trying to get to the one. I'm going to go back to my one point. What money am I costing them, J Money?
Did I ever use the words that you as an individual are costing people money?
Pretty sure if you listen back to your little rant, you did.
Or did I speak in generalization?
Don't know. You talked a lot.
You were going back and forth, to be fair.
You're a word twister. And, I mean, I don't know what else to say about you.
So everything I do is I word twist.
Well, would you say that things that have transpired over the last weeks or month, I don't know, however long it's been going on, do you think that it has had an impact long term on anybody's sales?
I think it's going to have impact on some people's sales. Yes, I do.
Okay.
So I had spoken about this last week. The war campaign actually made $5,000 to $6,000 more while all this was going on. But again, this falls back into people taking it emotionally and to the heart. Like if you're that type of individual, you've lost the plot. I said that last week. I'll say it again this week, and I'll say it again next week. If you're taking it, or if you're even assuming that I am speaking negative about Poe, or Pan, or any of those, you've lost the plot. You don't.
No, what
you
the
don't know
fuck are you talking about? You just said they made $7,000 more, and then you're going to Pan. What are you fucking talking about?
Keep up, bro. Keep up.
Do you guys know what he's talking about?
Not yet.
Thank you. So you're telling everybody in here. You don't make any fucking sense.
Oh yeah, I do. So I had spoken last week. I said out of all of the drama that had come out of this, 2 factions got stronger, and people who enjoy those factions went to whatever faction they went to. And Vestige went from $84,000 all the way up to $93,000. And I was speaking. Have you even been on this channel, or are you just coming in because you know that I'm on the stream and I've had problems with you, bro? Like, stop pretending like what I'm not, or what I'm saying is not reality. What I spoke
okay, I'm going to give you reality.
Nobody has disagreed with that.
No, wait, Rabbit. I'm going to give him reality.
So from 2
I'm going
weeks
to give
ago,
you reality.
Okay, hold on,
now,
J.
they've made
I'm going to
almost
give you reality.
Hold on.
Stop.
J Money.
Stop talking.
I think you had that was a good stopping point. You made a concise point. Let's have a counter.
Now, I will answer all your points. Factions. What factions are you fucking talking about? Answer that one question.
You have War Campaign and you have Comicsgate.
War Campaign is Comicsgate.
We are
Comicsgate is War
Comicsgaters.
Campaign.
Yeah, I can't agree. I thought when you said factions, what popped to my mind was War Campaign and Malin, like camps, and I wouldn't call them factions. I'm just saying
Camp. Sure.
it maybe drove maybe a barrier between some fans that either chose Malin or chose War Campaign. Maybe they both lost some, and maybe they gained some. I don't know, but maybe it just became a little bit more intense, more fierce.
Exactly. And the camaraderie and the respect that are based under those 2 factions, don't get triggered by my words and being a child. Those 2 factions, which is War Campaign and Comicsgate, which are separate, you have people who completely ride under the Comicsgate faction, and you have people who completely ride under the War Campaign faction, and then you have
War Campaign is Comicsgate, and Comicsgate is War Campaign.
You have a certain set of individuals who ride under both campaigns. So, bro, like nothing.
You are Wolf Campaign. You have been
I
exposed.
disagree, brother. I disagree.
That's
War
what you're
Campaign
not getting.
is Comicsgate. The
There's
fans
no
of John
difference.
Malin, the fans of John
I am a
Malin, the fans
customer.
of John Malin, the fans of Cecil, the fans of me, the fans of Roe and Pan, they're all Comicsgate. War Campaign is part of Comicsgate. They're a fandom that are
Big
part of all
time.
these little things. They are. There
We
is
are
no
fans
separation
of
between
Ethan
the
Van Sciver, who is the Caesar of Comicsgate.
And
We are
then-
Comicsgate.
And then you have a certain subset of individuals, like I just said,
Who?
who banned. I mean, you
Who?
just said that I'm wolf's milk, right?
No.
Even though
I
I
have
bought,
not banned
Wait,
you from
Rabbi,
anything.
Rabbi, come down. I'm
even
trying
though
to
I
tell you.
bought Vestige,
Nope. Focus
even though
on
I
it.
bought
Who?
Vestige,
What
I didn't
people?
buy John
You
Malin's
said
book
people.
until
What people?
the Huerta.
J
So
Money.
you have
What
people,
people?
you have people who will align and say that they are only Comicsgate, and if you deny that fact, then okay, so be it.
What
And then you
people?
have people who will align under War Campaign, and if you believe that they are Comicsgate, then so be it. But
No,
Why?
you're
Why
wrong.
is it?
Plenty
Why is
of
it that
people-
you cannot?
there
You
are
cannot
plenty
be
of people
Comicsgate and War
online.
Campaign. Why? Why can you not be both?
Yeah, I don't
Why
get
not?
that either.
I'm not
Because
saying
you
that.
are War
Yes, you
Campaign.
are.
You
You
are
just
simping
did.
for the
That's not what
poppy.
bro, rewind it. I said there's people who fall under this category. There's people who follow under this category, and then there's people who follow under both categories. And then wouldn't you know it, you got Pocket Pussy who isn't under any of the categories. So keep assuming and keep projecting and keep being disingenuous and assuming that certain subset of people can't align themselves under a certain hashtag. That's absurd. It's truly
What
absurd.
other war
Nobody has
campaigns
said
are out there?
anything about
But
that.
I mean, to me, it's an assumption that War Campaign is automatically part of you can't be in War
Exactly.
Campaign in any capacity and not be Comicsgate. It's Comicsgate.
And then you have people who only like Comicsgate and hate War Campaign. It can go both ways. And again, to keep reiterating the fact and then not accepting reality is extremely disingenuous. Like
Your reality.
So it's just like, just put it into politics perspective. There's some people who like Democrats. There's some people who like Republicans. And then you have centrists in the middle who like both. And so let's be real here and let's
we're all
stop
Americans.
ignoring reality.
We're all Americans.
Like there's some people who love War Campaign. There's some people who like Comicsgate. There's some people who like both. And there's some people who hate both. That's just reality, bro. And so I don't even know what
Nobody has
argued
argued against that. We started arguing when you started singling out War Campaign from Comicsgate. You fucking idiot.
No, so and then you cool story, bro.
I am not your bro. I am your rabbi. You will show your elders respect.
No, seriously, what are you talking about? You're just this thing is just baffling to me. You're
You
acting
just
like
don't
there's
like
these
the
two
War
different.
Campaign because you suckle the cock of the puppy.
I think it's pretty straight. I mean, all he's saying is that different
I know
people,
what he's saying.
everybody can be Comicsgate, but not everybody loves War Campaign.
You don't have
That
to.
is Comicsgate, but I don't.
That's accurate.
That's not saying that they think that War Campaign isn't Comicsgate. They just don't happen to like what War Campaign does, and that's their right.
Here's a question.
That's fine.
What does War Campaign not support of Comicsgate?
Nobody said-
I'm one dude.
That's
So there's
wasn't-
over 6,000 people who bought Ethan's book. Who cares what I as an individual think? It doesn't negate the fact that what I said is true. So reality is what it is. You can spin it all you want with your emotional depravities.
Nobody is emotionally
No
attached. We
difference.
walk away from this when we like. You don't
I'm
know us
just,
as
I'm just
people.
wondering. I'm trying to go back to what I just said. What is War Campaign not supporting of Comicsgate?
Nobody said it wasn't. Nobody
He
said
did.
that it wasn't. I maybe he did at some point. I didn't catch that.
He
That's
did,
not what I.
but he put it in the wrong context. That's all.
That's
it was.
not what I
It's a
got
mistake
from
of
it.
Grammar. It's fine.
Well, you made a point. You said in like politics, right? There's people on the left, people on the right. There's people who are Democrats, people who are Republicans, people in the middle. But we're all Americans. See, where I think the fundamental difference between what you're saying and how I believe is Comicsgate is America. There are people who are War Campaign and people who are John Malin fans.
That's
and
a
people who are-
vibrator in your hand.
This is a massager.
That's what he
Vibrant.
calls it. He calls it a massager.
Yeah, the hammer. There are people who are War Campaign, people who are Malin fans, people who are all the other individual creator fans, but we're all Comicsgate.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're all Comicsgate.
There's
We're
no
all
facts
Americans.
or
We might be on the
sex,
left,
whatever you
might
want
be
to
on the
call
right,
it.
might be in the middle, but we're all Americans. That's where I would reiterate what you said, and as how I see it, how I believe. Some people are friendly within the two. Some people, I have friends who are of whatever political persuasion. Not that this is exact 1-to-1, but we all associate with each other because we're all Americans. Comicsgate is the same thing. Comicsgate is America, and we all believe and feel differently about certain creators. Some are War Campaign, some are not. But we're all part of Comicsgate. And that's the point that I would make.
Yeah, and then you got J-Jax, who just brought up something that none of us have mentioned, and that's the Phantom Menace. So you just Scotsman, no offense to you or anything, but you just assume that people who are in the Phantom Menace who have nothing to do with the three factions that are right now, and then we're putting them into the mix. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, so
we weren't talking about those outsides. We weren't talking about there are people in the Phantom Menace and people who, like, my dad is buying Xenotype. My dad's not Comicsgate, right? There are people who can buy our books and buy the things we produce and not be a part of any of this.
It's nothing wrong with branching out.
And they're not Comicsgate.
Exactly.
And they're
the
not
general
Comicsgate.
principle is that there is a big umbrella that we're all associating with that are part of this discussion, right? People who are taking part in the live streams, people who are going on shows, people who are buying the books, and they're active fans, right? They're all Comicsgate. Active fans.
You're talking like we're shopping at a fucking Sam's Club, Jay Bunny. we don't need a membership to buy whatever we want. This is what I'm trying to get. I'm going, I don't care who it is. If they have a good product, I'll buy it.
Yeah,
So
there's no way.
The
There's
Phantom
no
Menace.
campaign.
The Phantom Menace it's complicated when you bring that into the equation, because I mean that's kind of how I got pulled into Comicsgate myself, was through those channels. And
yeah, Ethan coined that term.
But I'm not like, I'm kind of indifferent to the Phantom Menace. I don't care about Star Wars at this point. It's just over for me. So I don't really I'm not engaged with that stuff anymore. But it's a large crowd, and there's a lot of overlap with CG in it. So it does get a little, it gets weird.
But the thing is this, who's holding them out? Nobody. They can come over if they want to.
Yeah, of course they can.
Well, I would say I'm part of the Phantom Menace still.
I would too. I mean, I've called myself Phantom Menace before when I was really into the whole like
through Star Wars videos. That's
how I found him too, honestly.
Yeah. So I mean, I still in a way think of myself as Phantom Menace because I really engaged it pretty consistently for a while, but it's just not important to me anymore. I'm all about Comicsgate at this point.
If they have something that comes up that's interesting and entertaining, I'll watch it. Mm-hmm. That's the way I look at it. I haven't unsubscribed or anything. I have no animosity towards any of them either.
No, I don't either. Not at all. Yeah, occasionally I'll watch something. But yeah, it's just not. But
this thing of like War Campaign and Comicsgate and Wolf Milk and all this shit. I'm going, we're all buying the same fucking thing. What are you talking about? You don't have to label yourself something. You're whatever you want to be. War Campaign is a fan group inside of Comicsgate. Simple as that. Yeah. That is it. There's no more to it. There is nothing that we do that we have operations to go attack people and go hurt them in these things. The thing that
you do have meme operations.
No one said that though.
Meme. Okay, if you want to call it a meme operation, here's the other thing though. We are not attacking anybody, and if you want to get into a rumble, a fight, and you can't handle a fucking meme picture that might hurt your feelings, don't play the game. Get off. Get away. Be gone.
Yeah, exactly. And I think
if you want to, if you
I think Malin's
be able to take them back.
Malin's response to Mia was to sell the T-shirt about it, and I don't know if that's, to me, is like, is he playing
like, it's gay? We're not gonna do that anymore.
right?
Shit is
So-
fucking gay. You didn't
so
even
now it's
spell
over.
it on the shirt right. It's
So
yeah.
I would, in the sense of playing the game, I think he made that was a smart play.
Yeah, it just took him
Right?
over a week to figure out the Mia thing was making fun of him.
Yeah, I know. But I really think it's just kind of done with. I think things are moving forward decently, but I do feel like it has hurt Cecil a bit, and maybe John. I don't think it's really hurt John Malin much.
Nobody
We won't know.
that I
We won't
talked
know
to has
until his book
taken
comes
money
out.
from Cecil or the Malin. Neither of them. I still have their books coming to me. I look forward to reading their products.
Me too.
I look forward
Yep.
to reviewing it.
Me too.
But
And I
please,
just want
I
Cecil
will not
to.
respect people that blanket war campaign with anti-comics kid rhetoric. I cannot do it.
Right, you've heard me and what Lucius talk, from last night on the thing.
Yeah.
I know he has a thing with Cecil. Do I hold back with him?
No, of course not.
No, but the thing is this: Lucius gives it to me also, and if he came to me, he goes, "Hey, I can't do this," I'd have no problem with that, and I would do everything I could to oblige and help him out the best I could.
Right.
That's the thing. There's people that they think the way you talk to somebody is through a fucking tweet. Or sorry, all right, wait a minute. I'll take that. I'll even go a step further. They think because you send a DM to somebody, that means something. That doesn't mean shit. Talk to them.
Yeah.
Talk to them.
Yeah.
You don't have to get on a stream and talk to them. We have other resources. We have these things. They're called phones. Some people have a house phone still. I have one even.
Yeah.
Then you could get onto Discord, Ventrilo, Mumble, TeamSpeak, all these other outside things. You don't have to do everything in front of everybody. And some people have seemed to have forgotten that as of late. And that's where I'm trying to go. This whole thing started with one little thing, and all the things that you were talking about, Scotsman, about all these other little issues that have calmed out. I go, if they would have focused on the main issue, all these little issues would have been gone and they would have been dealt with weeks ago. But they haven't been. People are trying to brush it under the rug and act like it isn't. We're all trying to move past it, but there's people that want to keep it going. And it's stupid. But this crap about war campaign and all these things, I'm going, if you engage with somebody that's a war campaign member, be ready to get back. You hit them with a baseball bat, they're going to hit you with a fucking crowbar probably. That's what we'll do.
Yeah.
And the thing is this, and after, if we're both alive, we'll probably laugh about it afterwards.
Agreed.
I could smell my own shit if I stink. That's the thing. I hear a lot of these
What that
things.
smell is?
That is, it's beautiful. It has corn coming out right now. I had a good thing of corn last night. It's very good pelts on the ground. But people think I have this stigma about me and I'm this big whatever. And I'm going, no, just come talk to me. You'll know exactly everything about me in about 5 minutes. And I'm going, there's guys in here that know me more than you do, Rod. And I'm going, they'll tell me I'm the biggest asshole in the world probably, but I'm going, they know I probably don't mean I would do anything to help somebody if they asked me to. That's the way I am.
I feel like our interactions have been great. Even today, I feel like it's been totally fine.
Everyone has
enjoyed
their
it.
own brand of humor, and once you learn what it is, it's easier to get along with people. I've come to like Testify's humor. We talk in the Discord all the time. It's fucking hilarious. The only thing that I would disagree with you on, Testify, is your perception of the internet is not real. I disagree with you because although these interactions with virtual people, they're real people behind those DMs. The text is another form of communication. It's accepted in this current day as, you have a DM with somebody, you have a text message with somebody, you have an email with somebody that's going back and forth. Those are real conversations and they do mean something. So those words are representations of what you would say to somebody if you were face to face or on the phone with them or in a Discord call or a Skype call with them. It's the same shit. So those things do matter, and they are valuable to have communication with people in text form. You know what I'm saying? There is something there.
I do to a point, but the problem is this: words and text don't come through the
It's
same as hearing and voice.
Agree with you.
Absolutely
That's
not. Yeah.
that when I talk about the internet being real life, it isn't technically real life. Okay, real life is where you're at now and things you do each day, not
Yeah.
doing things on the internet. And I get it; it's a business.
I'll tell you what.
I
You know how it's real? I'm getting paid to color Xenotype. Xenotype is real to me, and it's all on the internet. Liam
that's
is in
what I was
Australia.
trying to get to.
Liam is in Australia. Odie is in Greece, and I am in the U.S. And us three have come together like Voltron to make this book, all over the world, and we've never met each other once. We've talked obviously in calls and streams and that kind of stuff, but these are real relationships that are formed virtually, right? And so there is some, to your point, it is a good idea to hear somebody's voice and get their facial expression, because there's a lot of communication that happens between human beings. We're fucking monkeys. We're primates.
Exactly.
We play off each other's facial expressions. There's a reason why when your dog goes in the backyard and takes a shit, it looks in the house at you. You ever notice that? It's because it's saying, all right, is anything coming? Is anybody gonna get me while I'm doing my business? They look at you. It's the same thing, right? We look at each other to get, is there danger? Is there a fucking tyrannosaur gonna come eat us? Is there a bear? You know what I mean? When people, like, if somebody takes off running and there's a crowd of people near them, everybody will start running with that person. Why?
The thing I'll tell you, the way
Social
I do, my definition of the internet, and I know you've heard me say it, the internet's not real. I go, my definition of the internet is a lot of different things. If it's in business, it is a tool. It is a form of communication for business. I get that, especially when you're in different locations. That's what's great about it now.
People have met online and gotten married.
Testify, your modern day sophistry is on point.
Whoa.
I don't know, it's all breaking up for me.
I did want to give a shout out to Brian Kriskow.
Hail, Brian.
He showed up in the chat. I dropped a link to Six Gun Gorilla, the big gun down. If you haven't gotten a piece of that project, I highly recommend. Six Gun Gorilla is a lot of fun.
If you can hear me, Six Gun Gorilla is awesome. I like that book a lot. It's very cool.
Yeah, it was a fun read.
I just, my thing, like I said, with the internet can be used as a definition in many different ways. When it comes to business, it is a huge tool and asset if used correctly.
Yeah.
But I still think when it comes down to things that deal with emotions, when you're trying to talk to somebody about something, especially money or anything like that, it doesn't work through a text message. You can't get everything out of it. And I'm pretty sure probably any of you guys that do business together, you usually talk somehow, not just over the internet.
Yeah.
At some point.
Yeah.
So, if an agreement's made. That's all. That's what I'm trying to get at when I say that.
Text messages can go. Text messages can go so wrong, so quickly. Just complete misunderstanding. Because like you're saying, you can't read the tone. A joke, something that was clearly a joke from your end, someone could take seriously, and then it's off to the races, chaos.
Right. Right.
So yeah, I agree. If something blossoms into an actual problem where it might be causing harm to people's reputation or business, they really need to talk.
Definitely.
They need to get together and talk. Behind the scenes, preferably. If you want to do it on the Beacon of Orange, and
I'll give you a perfect example of
this.
Go
for it.
I'll give you it right now. Charlize London. She was making some posts, and I've always made comments to her. Her and me we're fine. I'd call her a friend on the internet to me. But there was something I typed, I forgot however it came through on Twitter of all things, and she, with all the other crap that's been going around lately, she took it not the way I meant. And I could tell by the way she responded to me. And I go, well, if you come on Discord, I'll explain to you exactly what I meant. What'd she do 2 minutes later? She got in Discord, came on there, and I told her, I go, I don't know what you're hearing. That is not the way I meant it. This is what I meant. Cool. Everything's fine. Done. Over with. That's
Just
it.
that easy.
See how
And
simple
yeah,
it is?
Charlie is you can tell she's a professional
Yes.
and she handles her shit,
But that's how things need to be dealt with when it comes to this kind of crap. That's what
Yeah.
drives me nuts about some of these guys. It's like, oh, I'm going to come on your stream and yell at you in front of all these people. No, why don't you guys just go talk? Just talk. Danny, if you want to make it a bit or something after, do it. But get your business part dealt with first, or your personal issue dealt with first. Don't air it out for everybody. That's what's driving me nuts about all this crap.
Well,
Yeah.
some of that has value, and I'll say just as a point to make. Again, we were talking about factions within Comicsgate, right? When you have two creators who are going at each other that have fandoms underneath them, you've got a clash of like free people who are almost conscripted soldiers arguing and fucking fighting, and they don't see the commanders at the top going, "We worked it out, guys. We worked it out." And having that in a public forum, although I agree with you, a lot of bullshit should be kept in the back channels, period. But when there's a public fight going on between two big creative entities, everybody who's fans of those entities, seeing those two people fist bump, shake hands, and say it's over with, can help to push a lot of the shit down. People are still going to not like each other down below.
You can't make people like each other.
Absolutely.
Right.
But the sniping and constant big battles that happen, hopefully those will subside a little bit when they see the two people kind of up above that, who are really the cause of this disagreement. When they kind of shake hands in public, that helps to squelch a lot of the fucking disagreements. You know what I mean? Because people are like, all right, it's over with. I won't send that meme. I'll just post it in Discord instead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
That's been my thing.
There is
I'm
a
going.
time and a place for everything.
hell, brother.
Even a
Indeed.
circumcision. It doesn't matter, actually. Come to think of it, I've done it in the middle of combat before when we were taking back the Israel.
Can I get two?
I've got to take this opportunity. I've got somewhere I need to be in a bit. I think overall, I think we hit on some really good points. Got a little, a little
Spicy?
bit off there in the midsection, but we got the train
I
back
think
on the
what
rails.
I gave you was spice. You haven't seen spice.
I'm a little off.
Oh no, that wasn't spice. There was no spice on this. I've gotten a taste of some of that spice. Testify, I think. Although
No.
it
No,
may have
no,
been
no.
too drunk to remember. I don't know.
It's some musk.
Yeah. But
Yes.
yeah, I think we had a good conversation, and when you're part of the chat, just contribute to it. That's why we're here. Have a good time. Let's have fun together, and let's try to avoid hurting other people's business. That's really where the line is, I think.
I guess that's my question. I go, where is anybody hurting anybody's business?
It's okay. So this.
No, we can't get into
I don't
this
want to
again.
get back into because he's got to go. Rod's got to go.
I gotta
Okay.
go.
The whole-
We can talk about this some more on another show for sure. I'm down
Or I'll
for
talk
that.
to you I'll talk to you behind or whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing that's driving me nuts. I'm going, I don't see people trying to deliberately go out and hurt somebody's business.
Everybody has made some money in the past few weeks, even with all the conflict, all the blood, all the death and gore. People have made the money because do you know why?
Go shove somebody
War
a delta
is
fish
good
in your
for
mid. You
business.
fucking mouth.
Vestige
War is
is
good
making
for
money, I think, also a recent spike because people are starting to get that book, and there was a big rumor for a long time. People talked a lot of
Exactly.
shit saying war campaign's not
Vestige
going
is
to deliver.
shipping right now.
It's showing up in people's hands. They're showing the book on streams. They're showing the book on Twitter. Some people
They
that
like
might have
it.
been on the fence are like, "Well, fuck, it's there. I'm going to buy it." I think that's part of it. That's part of it.
Oh, I did not realize that Brian was in the chat. Hail the furry gorilla. Hail. Hail, brother.
Oh, we should show him that video we found.
Oh, yeah.
Of
Which
the gorilla,
one?
the
One
chimp,
of the
the chimp with
No.
the AK.
Oh,
No.
the chip of the
Awesome
AK.
video.
Yes, it is good video. I love
Rod, get out of here, brother. Get out.
Yeah, we got to get it going. Hey,
Oh,
everybody,
we gotta have the chimp with the AK stream.
No,
We'll-
Rod
we'll make
needs
it
to
happen.
leave. Let him go.
Hail the chat.
there are other days, and we will engage everything eventually. Go back, Xenotype. Go get Six Gun Gorilla.
Thank you.
Vestige is still in demand. Grab that book before it is
Let's
gone.
get it to 100,000.
Yeah, let's get it.
100K. That
Let's
would
get
be
it.
excellent.
All right, guys. Thanks for being here. Hail
Shalom.
to the chat,
Thanks for having me.
as always.